Hi there. If you are caring for or supporting your aging parent, then you've probably already noticed that it's a lot like a roller coaster, right? Except not the fun kind. One minute you're feeling proud and grateful, and the next you just feel like you're plummeting into stress and guilt and frustration. But what if I told you that you could take this ride from a wild, zero-gravity roller coaster like this to something a little closer to the kiddie roller coaster? Because let's be honest, caregiving, it's always going to have its ups and downs, but it doesn't have to make you dizzy. Let's talk about how to focus on those unexpected good things in order to keep the tough parts from running on autopilot and taking over. Hi there, I'm Sofia. I make weekly videos to help you support your aging parents with the best information, resources, and mindset strategies so you can have a peaceful and purposeful parent care experience, because I don't want you to have any regrets. Okay, we are going to start with a reality check. Supporting and caring for your aging parents is an emotional roller coaster, no doubt. It's full of surprises. Some of them are beautiful and some of them not so much. One day you're laughing with your parent about something silly from their past, and the next you find yourself you're just biting your lip in frustration because they refuse to take their medicine or to go to the doctor. It can often feel chaotic, like you're on a ride that's completely out of control. And if you're not careful, the lows can take over. The resentment and the stress and guilt, they can start to creep in before you know it. You're bracing yourself for the next drop, not even realizing that there are peaks that can be enjoyed. But the thing is, remembering that there are peaks and focusing on them intentionally can change your entire ride. Before we dive into how, let me share a story with you. A friend of mine, Marlene, she was caring for her mom who had dementia. And she told me that there were days when she felt like she couldn't breathe, like the demands were never ending. But one day, out of the blue, her mom just started singing a song from Marlene's childhood that she hadn't heard for years. And Marlene started to join in and singing, and for a moment, everything else just fell away. And today, the memory of that has become a lifeline for my friend when things get hard. A reminder of the unexpected beauty in her caring for her mom. These moments are there for all of us if we know how to look for them. In a recent video I made, I referred to these moments as glimmers. So let's talk a little bit about the highs, the unexpected good experiences that caregiving to your parent can bring into your life. These are the moments that can transform the ride. First, caregiving often brings you closer to your parent. I know it might not feel that way when you are arguing about going to the doctor or cleaning up after another accident, but those small, quiet moments of connection can really surprise you. This is really what happened to my dad. I really didn't know him very well before I started caring for him. I saw him maybe once a year for my entire life, and I am so thankful for our last years together. With your parent, maybe it's a memory that they share or the way they thank you for helping them. Those moments can remind you of the love that's at the very center of this whole journey. I once worked with a man who was caring for his dad after a stroke. He admitted that he never had a close relationship with his dad at all. But through caregiving, they started having a real relationship, having conversations, ones that they'd never had before. And he said it was almost like he met his dad for the first time after more than 50 years. It can really be a special time. Then there is a growth experience opportunity for you. Parent care is like a master class in patience and resilience and empathy. Yes, it's a tough class, but the personal transformation can be so real. If you are able to reframe your thinking from parent care is happening to you to parent care is happening for you, then each one of those stressful, difficult moments can become a learning opportunity for you. An opportunity to learn to respond different. An opportunity to handle stress better, more efficiently. And there are so many other opportunities if you look. You become stronger, not just in relation to your parent, but kind of in life in general. And here's the kicker. You might not even notice it until you're on the other side of a really tough situation, but it's happening every day. If you focus on it and are intentional about your personal growth. There's also a deep sense of purpose that comes with parent care. It's knowing that you're making a difference to your parent during a time that they really do need you. And that purpose can help anchor you during the harder days, giving you a reason to keep going. So here's a quick action step. Think about a moment recently when your parent brought you joy or growth or a sense of connection. Or maybe I should even say a glimmer. Write it down. Reflect on it for a moment. Because these are worth remembering. You might even consider starting a journal, writing these glimmers down in your journal or things that you've grown from. One day, it could really be great to go back and read these because this is what you're going to want to remember. Of course, parent care is not all sunshine and rainbows. The dips on this ride, they're real, and they can feel brutal if you don't address them. So let's take on a few of the big ones. Stress and burnout is right at the top. We've all felt it, that endless to-do lists, the sleepless nights, and the constant worrying over your parent. Unfortunately, burnout, it's a real risk for you, my friend. And it's not something to ignore. If you've ever found yourself snapping at your parent or feeling overwhelmed by even the smallest little task, that's burnout knocking at your door. And then there's that darn emotional tug of war, resentment because caregiving is taking over your life, followed but immediately by guilt for feeling that way. And it's a cycle that you may know all too well. But here's the thing. It's okay to have those feelings. They are part of being human. Stop beating yourself up. Another one of the lows can be isolation. Caregiving can also feel very lonely because you're so focused on your parent that your social life and your hobbies and even your sense of yourself can take a back seat. It's easy to feel like you're on this ride all by yourself, even when there's other people all around you. But here's a way to think about it. Those lows, they don't have to define the whole ride. They're just part of it. And by shifting your focus to the highs, you can make the dips feel less intense. So how do you go from that crazy zero gravity roller coaster to a kiddie coaster with manageable ups and downs? It's about being intentional and choosing to focus on the good while managing the hard stuff with compassion and a little perspective. When you have a good moment, a meaningful conversation, a shared laugh or smile, or just a quiet, peaceful moment, let it sink in. Don't brush past it. Celebrate it. Even if it's just in your mind, or jot it down in your journal, these moments are what's going to fuel your ride. And when you hit a low, try to reframe it. For example, instead of thinking, why does this always happen? Or why does my mom do that? Or why do I have to do this? Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or how can this situation make me a better son or daughter? Or if I want to show my empathy and understanding, what would be my best response right now? It doesn't erase the challenge, but it shifts your mindset in a way that's more empowering for you. A viewer once shared with me that when her mom, who had Alzheimer's disease, accused her of stealing, she felt really angry and hurt. But instead of arguing, she tried to see it through her mom's world of confusion and fear and disease. And that shift in her perspective helped her respond with compassion to her mom instead of frustration or defensiveness. And it has completely changed her dynamic with her mom. And finally, make time for you, whether it's a hobby or a time with friends or just a quick few minutes with your favorite cup of coffee. These moments will remind you that you are more than a carer for your parent. These are the rest stops on the roller coaster, essential for keeping your energy and your spirits intact. Because here's the truth. Taking care of and supporting your aging parent will always be a roller coaster. That is just going to be the nature of it. But when you can actively focus on the unexpected highs, you take control of the ride. You go from gripping the bar in front of you in fear to enjoying the ups and downs and navigating with confidence. So what is one small thing that you can do today to transform your ride? Maybe it's writing down a joyful caregiving moment, or calling a friend for support, or simply taking a deep breath and reminding yourself that you are doing a good job. And if this video resonated with you just a little bit, then go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. And remember, you're not on this ride alone. We're all in it together. I thank you so much for watching today. I'll see you next time.